guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, welcome, and if you are returning investie bestie, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate all of you guys being here. So on today's video, we're going to be talking about how we became millionaires so fast. I think this is one of the most popular questions I've been getting as of lately, besides like how to invest or what is investing. You guys really want to know how we became millionaires so fast, or you want to know the details. And I thought I'd talk about it, but I think I talk about it like through many videos versus dedicating one video to what we did to actually get to where we are right now. Now, keep in mind, guys, I want you to understand this really carefully. We have been on this journey for 7 long with the all the O's in the middle of that word, long years. Okay, so if you just are starting out on this journey, please do not compare your first step to our 100th step. That's unfair to you. Okay, I want you just to take the golden nuggets and apply it to your personal situation, because personal finance is personal. Okay, you want to remember that. But I figured, you know what, let me come on here and talk with you guys about what we did, how we did it, and just be real with you guys, okay? Because you guys know I always keep it 100 when it comes to talking about finances. So the first thing we did, let's just get right into this. The first thing we did was we had to, and I almost think like this is probably the important thing. Well, there's another point that I'm going to make that's also important, but one of the most important things we had to do was change this. I talk about mindset and money. Shout out to Tasha to Mind Your Money. The way we think and view money, the way our emotions react to money, past childhood issues, family issues, all really affect how we view and use the money that we make and come in contact with. So one of the things that we had to do, and this is just for us personally, and this is something that I do agree with Dave Ramsey about, is that you have to have a sick and tired moment. There has to be a catalyst or a trigger to motivate you, or to almost even force you to view your money differently. Okay, and I've talked about on this channel many times about, for us, it was being evicted or almost being evicted with a baby. And we didn't have any like backup, we don't have any money in our family in the sense that, we can go borrow money from an auntie or uncle. It was a payday loan place or a credit card. And so we really was going to be up the creek without a paddle in the middle of winter with a baby. And it really didn't make a whole lot of sense because we made a good amount of money. So it didn't even make sense to even be evicted, but that's just where we were. And that is what we needed to really change this and get our money into gear. And I'm telling you guys, it was the best thing that we could have done, because we would not have been. And we are a great example, especially in our earlier part of our marriage, of you can make a lot of money and still be broke. Still not even living paycheck to paycheck, living from broke to broke. Okay, and that is real, living from broke to broke. And so what we had to do was really use that situation of being helpless and having no hope to really, and if it wasn't for the tax refund coming in when it did, we literally would have been on the street. Now, I would probably have been able to go to a shelter with my daughter, but my husband would probably be either in a men's shelter, which he would probably sleep in his car more than go into a men's shelter. But we wouldn't have to have even gotten to that point if we would have been smarter with our money. So that's, for us, a big thing. That's the first step. That's the springboard to us getting to where we are right now, is changing this. But yes, let's go on to the next thing, which kind of relates into the first point, and that's paying off debt. So this is something else we had to do to get to millionaire status. Now remember, guys, when you are talking about your net worth, and your net worth is just a snapshot of your overall financial picture, it tells you how your money is doing overall. You really want to focus more on increasing your assets, which is things that you own, things that have substantial value, and decrease your liabilities or decrease your debts, things that you owe. Every time you get paid, you're writing a check out to these types of companies, okay? And one of the things we had to do was really focus on getting out of debt. Now, I know that it can be daunting. It can seem like it's going to take a long time, but I'm telling you guys, when you are trying to get into real estate, if you are trying to grow your net worth, if you are trying to really elevate your business and do these grand things, Your credit report is going to be pulled and they are going to see how much debt you have. And so I always tell beginners that I meet with one-on-one. And remember, guys, if you want to talk in a private space with your investie bestie, feel free to book a session with me. I'm really, really flexible on my website, mt1finance.com. And I know I've met with several of you who will vouch for me, okay, that it is money well worth spent, okay? I wish I had something like this when I was first starting. But one of the things I really try to tell people is focus on that high interest debt first. So if you're paying 10+% on anything, try to focus on paying it off. This is why I love the Dave Ramsey snowball method. I will give him 100% credit on this because it works and we used it. You can do the snowball method. You can do the debt avalanche, whatever you want to do. Really focus on that high interest debt because it's working against you. You know how we always talk about investing in compound interest works for us? Well, when you own high interest debt, it actually works against you, and that interest is accruing every single day. So if you can focus on any big money streams that you get, maybe you have an Etsy shop, maybe you have a YouTube channel, maybe you're getting a tax refund, a raise, a bonus, really try to focus on paying off that high interest debt. Okay. And that's something that we did. We had to do it. If we were looking at getting a rental property, the bank is going to automatically go to how much debt that you have. Now they will give you the side eye with the student loans. They'll kind of take a pass at that, but they are definitely look at your credit cards. They are definitely look at your payday loans and your credit cards and car loans, things like that. So really try to focus on that. That is something that we had to do. And I'm telling you, it worked. Bonuses, tax refunds, put it all to debt. And I sleep better at night. I'm just saying, I sleep a whole lot better knowing I don't have that over my head. And this goes into the next thing, and that's starting to invest slow. That's something else that we did. And I'm a believer that you can pay off debt and you can invest. Now, if you have a high interest debt, I would put in the bulk of my money towards that and still putting $100 or $200 towards my 401k or a Roth IRA. Invest in something because time is your biggest friend when it comes to investing. The more time you have, the more time your money can grow for you. Okay. So yes, don't do what Dave Ramsey said and stop investing. Okay. You want to continue to invest even slowly. Start slow. We started with $100 way back when, just $100 and slowly increased to 200, then 500, then being able to max out 401k, then branched off into the HSA, Roth IRA, taxable accounts, things like that. And if you want to know more about that, check out my playlist. I have a beginner investing 101. I talk about all those types of accounts. I bring you inside of all our accounts. You see me opening up those accounts. Okay. So go ahead and check those out if you want to know more about it, but start investing slow. Okay. If we would not have started investing, it didn't matter if we made 6 figures. We would really not have nothing to show for it. Same with paying off debt. It didn't matter if we made 6 figures. If we were still writing out $1,000 payments out to this company and $500 car payments to this company, we wouldn't have been able to keep our money. And that's what I'm trying to get across here. This is how we got to where we are, is we were able to keep a lot of our money and then told it what to do. Okay. We gave our money an assignment and told it what it wanted to do. Okay. So yes, start investing really slowly. Start with your 401k or any company sponsored anything, especially if you get a match, because match is free money. Moving on to the fourth thing, and that was take risk. This one was a little tricky for me because I'm a creature of habit. I like my comfort zones. Okay. But with investing, I tell you, if we did not step out of our comfort zone going into rental properties, oh my goodness, especially in this housing market now, we would not be millionaires like we are today if we did not go ahead and buy that house last year and really stick to the belief that we knew the housing market wasn't going to crash. There was just too many factors working against that argument. I always talk about it on the channel. This is not like 2008. There is not any subprime lending. People who are getting these mortgages can afford them. They are literally putting down cash to buy these houses. It's not just all companies. And so we really wanted to take that risk and step out, even with like cryptocurrency and the 2 NFTs that I will do a video on in our net worth. I'll talk about it more, but it has literally doubled, almost tripled in value. NFTs is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And remember, I just bought the second one like a couple months ago. I bought our first one last year. So really taking risks, again, educating ourselves and just believing in what we are putting our money in. And I'm telling you guys, it has worked for us, not just real estate, not just cryptocurrency. I mean, Bitcoin. And that's one of my regrets in terms of finances, is not buying more Bitcoin and more Ethereum back in March of 2020, where I saw Ethereum at like $100 and some odd dollars per coin. I saw Bitcoin at like $5,000 per coin. That is one of my biggest like regrets. But I learned from that moment not to let fear, if I educate myself and I believe in it, hold it. We're seeing now with the stock market how, if you bought from January to now and you have been holding and riding it through, now it's coming back, right? So our money is growing with it. And the final thing that we did, and this is what I was talking about at the beginning of this video in terms of what it may be the most important factor in us getting to millionaire status, and this is consistency. I talk about being consistent so much on this channel. I know I sound like the Energizer Bunny, but it really is the glue to our financial success. It's the glue to your financial success, is being consistent. Now, life happens. Life be life, and like Rochelle Adamson says. But if you up here are still consistent, yes, you may have to stop contributing to this, or you may have to stop saving for this. But up here, you're still on it. And so that's the thing. I tell people all the time, pausing is not the same thing as giving up. When you have to pause because life happens, you're just pausing. But if you give up, that is where you're going to see things fall apart. And so being consistent is a mental thing for me. Before it even presents itself as a physical thing, it starts to appear for me. I really try to check in with my budget. Even if you don't make a whole lot, check in with your budget, track your expenses. If you are paying off debt, track that as well. I talked about visuals at the beginning of this video. If you are investing, staying educated and knowledgeable on top of your money. All of these consistent habits will grow and get you to where you want to be when it comes to your finances, because I'm telling you, it got us to millionaire status. If we were not consistently investing every single month, that's why with this $1 investing challenge that we're doing, 7 months, guys. April will be 7 months that we have been doing this every single time. I mean, picking sectors, going through the polls, and so many of you have told me you have learned so much more now on my little itty bitty channel than you have in some of your college classes, than you have in some of the books you've read. And I was like, seriously? And it was like, yes, because number one, a lot of you like my teaching style. Number two, you like that I show you my accounts. And number three, you like how I present the information. And I'm telling you guys, being consistent in all areas of your money will get you to. So you may not even want to be a millionaire. You may just want to have $500,000. You're going to need to be consistent. You want to buy a house, you're going to need to save up for a down payment. You're going to have to be consistent with those money moves. If you want to pay off debt, if you want to buy a car, if you want to help your kids get into college, it all starts with being consistent. So every time you get paid, every time you get a chunk of money, put a little bit aside. Just be consistent with it. And I'm telling you, small steps add up. Small moves, small amounts add up to big moves and big amounts. So that's literally how we got to this point. I will add on like a sixth thing, and that was really increasing our income. This is something we had to do. Remember, we started late on this journey at 30 years old. So my husband, for example, the man is just good at what he does. He really uses himself as an asset. And the thing is, a lot of the companies he come in contact with, he never goes out and look for. People hear about him and they literally try to take him from one company, bring him to their company, and they entice him, not just with salary, because that's just the first piece. You want to look at your whole entire compensation package. Do they offer tuition reimbursement so that you can go and continue to educate yourself? Do they offer stock in a company? That's a big one. If they offer stock in a company, look into that. What about PTO or time off? Things like that. What about good health and dental insurance? These are all things in terms of compensation package that my husband used to his advantage. And as a result, he was able to make more money and get more stock into companies. And as a result, we got to where we are today. Okay, so that is pretty much what we did to get to millionaire status in about 6 years or so. This August will mark our 1 year anniversary of becoming millionaires. And remember, guys, our 2022 goal was to increase our net worth by $1 million. I don't know if we can do it, but again, we're going to really try. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video on today. I hope that answered your question in terms of how we got here. It was not YOLOing. It was not playing the lottery. It literally was increasing our income, paying down the debts, being consistent, changing this, and investing. That's really what it was, and taking some risks. Okay, guys? So let me know down below what steps you have used to get you to where you are currently, because celebrate all your wins, okay? Celebrate the big wins, celebrate the small wins, celebrate them all. So tell me some things you personally have done to get you to where you are now that has helped you to make the progress that you have made. Again, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video, hit the little bell notification button so that you don't miss an upload every time I post a video. And until next time, you guys already know, I'll see you on the next one, okay? Have a good one. Bye.